Relax.
Si yo no quisiera, te diría I will never say forgiveness.
What is good, family? Welcome back to the channel. Please go ahead and hit those likes buttons. Please go ahead and hit those subscribes buttons. Make sure to engage with the channel so that we can get this algorithm to really favor the stream right here. What is up, family? Good to see everybody back in again. Johnny Barnes, what is up, my dude? Lil AR15, what is up, Devin? I appreciate you guys for coming out. I see you in there, Smokescreen. Ian, what's up, my dude? Bob, Zoe, what's up, guys? Thank you so much for coming on by. Really excited to get this thing rolling today. We had an interesting day of price action here in the broader markets. We need to see what the potentials will be for the coming sessions, right? But very excited to be here. Please let me know that you can hear me speak in the chat, right? Go ahead and let me know. Johnny Barnes, do you hear me? Lil AR15, do you hear my voice coming through into your ears? My guys, let me know right away. What is up, team? What is up? What is up? What is up? So we already have a couple of requests here, right? We need to take a look at that GNS ticker. We also have to take a look at the happenings for that ticker SOUN, as it does have it appears to have gone through some type of a downgrade, right? Johnny Barnes, thank you so much for letting me know that. Really appreciate you, my brother. But yeah, it looks like SOUN may have gone through a downgrade. And we want to catch the price action on that and really see what could be happening, right? So we'll pop that open again. We have to obviously look over the SPY. We're going to be taking a look at your blue chips, and also we definitely have to take a look at the behavior over the small caps, right? So pulling up the ticker IWM would be of interest here, team, right? So let me just go ahead and get some little prep here. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, man. Getting the vibes already up and running. I love it, team. I love it. So, you know, I actually at Power Hour, or just before Power Hour, I actually ran a very small play. You know, I bet against the MicroStrategies ticker. So I opened long puts against that, 2 of them, and way out of the money. I'm talking about maybe worth $120. So that it was an interesting thing, because though the price action on that is already at around 85% up the position, and Bitcoin is still falling here, right? So actually, this is something that I want to go over with you as well. The lower bound targets for Bitcoin and a few other assets, right? But I will, you know what? I can share that with you right over here. So I'll bring it into my screen here, right? And let's go ahead and just switch over into the charts here so that you can see what I am observing here. So what is up, Bob? How's it going? Hey, buddy. How you doing? My little guy is right behind me right now, chilling big time, right? You want to bring over your tablet, sit next to daddy, or what's up? Yeah, I'll help you out. I'll help you out. He's bringing a million toys into the studio next to his daddy. All good. But yeah, guys, take a look at BTC right now, right? So this is actually a play that I was going over with one of my analysts, OGG, and he was telling me, what do you think about this, man? Do you think do you think the downside's over? You think this is going to come up? But what do you think it's going to do? So my thoughts were exactly this, that I mean, I'm talking about an hour ago, just about an hour and a half ago. I told him, oh, dude, this is an ascending triangle, downside ascending triangle, continuation formation, downside play for sure. And he asked me, oh, no way, like, when do you think this is going to happen? I said, within the hour, this is going to start declining hard, right? So it did, and it started continuing to the downside. So this is actually a pretty interesting time, because this 15-minute candle that you're observing here is the validator. So 4 minutes and 14 seconds left to close this 15-minute candle. This closes below the regression. There could be one more test of that regression before a continuation to the downside, or downside will continue immediately here. right? So this would be your validator for a continuation to the downside. First target is already knocked out of the park, right? So that landed. Let's go ahead and just move some of these targets out of the way because these are certainly some of the ones that we have to observe, right? So your breakdown target is built right here at the first clean close beneath the breakdown, right? So let's go ahead and take that target into consideration and see if it already met, right? So from the top of the trend line to the bottom regression here, we'll take that and apply it right over here and observe what that price is. And as you can see here, perfectly set. We definitely realized the price action for that first target. So the first target is definitely out of the way now. And now we got to observe the second and then the lower bound targets, right? Second target to observe here would be 64,923, followed by the next target and the lowest bound, which could be this trend line here at about 64,491. Okay, so those are some of the potentials that we can kind of play around here with, right? So, and the just know, right, that oftentimes this play will tend to come back and test one more time before a continuation. It doesn't have to do that, right? Because remember that in this point here, we're talking about crypto assets against equities. It's not trying to say that it's not going to play it traditionally. I'm just saying that it would play out the way that crypto would play this out. But it is playing traditional so far, okay? So not bad. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left. There could be position short to consider here, and this would be, some of the downside targets. So let's take a look at the stats here in a 15-minute time frame. And looks like, let's see. So we have this target here, 64,900. Let's see what we have. All right. So right over here, the current ATR low for the 15-minute is 65,160. So that's rhyming pretty well with this lower bound, right? So yeah, I would say, yeah, right at about this wick here, that would be your tangible target, 64,985. So just pretty much 65. So that would be your range low. Okay, I'm going to get you the other targets here, but hold on just for a quick moment, and I will provide for you those next targets. Just a quick sec, team. All right, let's go ahead and continue this roll here, team. Thank you so much for being patient. We just got the hey, baby. Sorry, guys, if you hear that. Whoa, yeah, if you hear the little voice here, that is actually made by my little boy next to me, right? He's sitting, playing with his building blocks right next to Daddy here while he's doing his live prep, right? So we got that 15-minute closure. This would be the validation candle for a continuation to the downside, right? So it looks like it's already declining too, right? So, I mean, the idea here was to see if it could come back one more time to that regression, but I mean, anything can happen at this point, but it doesn't look like it is going to happen, right? Bottom targets here. Just to remind everybody, we're looking at the first target now. The first target is already fulfilled, right? This one here. We fulfilled that 65.1 right at about this point here. We got the bounce that we were looking for, validations for the resistance and regression here. Then the next target would be the center, would be 64,923, followed by a bottom side of 64,491. And that will be kind of the play for this. And to tell you the truth, just about 3 hours ago or 2 hours ago, we got the daily open on BTC. So heads up, the daily ATR low is reading a 61,750. So, just to kind of put things into perspective there, right? That there could be a full extension to the downside. So please make sure to be careful while trading the BTC asset right now. But yeah, this would the last red bar here in the 15-minute, it would have been your validation candle. I mean, obviously, the more validators you get, the more the better the move. But yeah, this is technically a bear play. You're looking at a right-angled triangle, otherwise an ascending triangle, and this is a continuation formation, especially when it's built during a downside, right? Price convergence with an upward, with higher lows with a steady top. That's convergence for a continuation to the downside. In other words, known as ladder attacks, right? So, so yeah, just to give you another perspective of this, that is what you're looking for here. And good luck on playing that play, team. Okay, so let's take a look at ticker symbol SOUN, as today it did receive a really interesting downgrade, right? Let's see if it actually is present, though. So let me go ahead and jump into the financials here and see what it's got, right? So here's the forecast. It looks like, it looks like there is a little bit of a downgrade here to $4.90, and is that really today though? When was it? Search AI. Let's see. Ink is what you need to know. Let's see. SoundHound AI cut to underwrite from overwrite by Cantor Fitzgerald. There we go. So yeah, that definitely was yesterday. So, and it's declined about 15.76% since, which means that now we have to find the floor and potentially determine if this thing is going to continue, or if it's going to or if it's going to bounce here. So let's see. AMD tanking. Wonder if Nvidia is next. Well, isn't there chat? I'm asking you, right? I'm asking you. Let me know if there is. Isn't there a conference coming up for Nvidia? And isn't that coming in pretty soon? So, what's up, Candace? Good to see you in here. Thanks for stopping by. And let me take a look at here. So, smokescreen. Oh, it's happening. It's this week. Man, when are they going to release some amazing news? So I guess if they're gonna try to show stop here, they may do it towards the end, I guess. I'm not sure. But if Nvidia releases some amazing news at some random amazing point, that would reverse the price action on SOUN. Nvidia had all them stupid robots. And Joe H is saying, ARCa, when Black Swan? Oh, man. Okay, well, you know what? Let's try to read. Let's not read this from the Nvidia's perspective, although, you know what? Actually, let me try to run a correlation coefficient against Nvidia in this thing. and see how that's behaving against it, right? I think it's at least wise for us to consider the potential. So this is going to be correlation coefficient, daily time frame. There is well, yeah, there is a bit of correlation there, but let me see the weekly. Oh man, yeah, the weekly in a macro time frame, SOUN is completely tied to Nvidia, and Nvidia didn't it experience some weakness today? Let's take a look. Let's see. Hey, buddy. So that's gonna be Nvidia right over here, and I don't know. It looks like a really choppy damn day, right? Wow, just literally nothing happened. But I mean, arguably speaking, it's still making kind of a bullish setup here. It looks like upside continuation, to be perfectly honest with you. So let me come back into SOUN and see that, right? Let me check the daily time frame. And yeah, you know. Okay, yeah, there could be a continuation to the downside here. And I'm going to go ahead and kind of put that together, put that thesis together now. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame, observe volatility and momentum, and see how that's behaving. Yeah, that's mommy, baby. That's mommy. She just showed up. She's right outside. She's coming in. Let's see. Devin, yeah, I got you, buddy. I'll try to do that one next. 4-hour time frame. Stochastics are pivoted towards the upside. We're definitely throttling towards that downside. Let me take a look at the immediate short term though. Okay, so the 10-minute and 15-minute time frames do have an upside thrust here, but that really has to seeing that we're currently contracting with that upside thrust. That doesn't look like it's going to have enough bull side conviction just yet. Let's see. Wow, why the hell would they downgrade this, knowing that it's tied to Nvidia? Like, this thing should have been upgraded. Hourly time frame completely oversold. Let me see how the curvature is looking. And let me finesse that information one more time here. See what that immediate short is looking like. Still arguably consolidating. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and not rely on the indicators now and take a look at price action, raw price, right? So let's see the daily, or you know what, the 24-hour chart is going to have to do. Let's see. No, that's mommy, not a ghost. He said, all right, guys, hold on just a quick second. The little lady just showed up, team. Just a moment. Okay, team, we are back in action. Let's go ahead and take a look at the markets and continue the analysis here, right? Yeah. Okay, let me go ahead and drop a little bit of that volume and continue on here, right? So, yeah, we were observing here the potential of a continuation to the downside on ticker symbol SOUN. Please remember, guys, we're going to be taking a look at a few tickers today. Some of the stuff that has been trading some high volume as well, right, including GOEV. We're going to look at, we got to look at NVIDIA. We still got to look at Meta. We have GNS to look at. Lots of things in line. And we already took a look at Bitcoin as well, right? So Bitcoin, you know what? I should keep a little side eye on that because it is playing the regression. It's coming back up to that resistance level again. Okay, so let's see here. So yeah, let's pull up the stats and see what kind of a downside we could be looking on this, right? So we already extended to 694. Okay. So let's see here. And we're below the mean. Ooh. Damn. Okay. Let me go to the 12-hour. All right. So your 12-hour time frame is indicating a potential low of about 569. So that's your 12-hour time frame. You're looking at about $1 in ATR here. So if it is suggesting around 568, 569, we have to take a look at the lower bound, one standard deviation multiplier at 532 as well. And that'll give us a little bit of a hint, right? So this is what I mean here. This is that drop onto that second standard deviation multiplier, 530, 533, 532, this one here. Which, by the way, team, I'm not sure if I've actually made you aware of this, but this indicator, and I'm about to add this one as well. It could be yours by joining the ARCa Bulls trading team. And that can be done by following the link that I'm about to post in the YouTube chat. So let's go ahead and grab that link, post it right over here, and have you join the ARCa Bulls trading team. And yeah, but that is it right there, team. Consider joining and trade alongside some very talented traders, including myself. That's what I was looking at, man. It's back to entry. No, at this point you have to wait because it looks like it wants to try to invalidate the bear play, or it just took its first target and that was it right here, right? But we still have critical resistance to look at on BTC at 65,770. So heads up on that.
Dude, thanks, man.
Not a problem.
It's actually almost all the way. It's past where I made the first entry now.
Oh, yeah. So it's showing a little bit of strength here, right? We still have a very, very confluent area for resistance right about here-ish, 65,773. And there's another, actually, let me see. Yeah, actually, that target feels pretty significant. Let me see.
The first play you gave me, bro, worked out. I mean, literally, I sent you the picture of it, but I took my profits right off your first target.
Oh, so it did work out pretty good.
To the penny, bro.
Nice. Literally. We were talking about the drop to
one time, and it came back down to it again, and it printed I think it was a teaser. And I took profit right then, and then it regressed back up to where it is now. I mean, it was perfect.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, that's good to hear. We were talking about the break of the regression, fall into the 100 zone, right? To 65,100 is what I said. Came down to about 65,120, bounced to the upside here, and it started to try to validate that resistance. So far that resistance is not validated just yet, which makes me feel that this may be traded either in a 30-minute time frame or something a little bit greater, but it's okay. But the resistance levels that I'm looking at right now is 65,738 to 65,773, and to identify and validate that, we need an upper time frame RSI signal, right? So for example, the 3-hour time frame, this would be the regression, right? You're looking at a top side at that SMA 14 pink line. that would reject from that pink line and then continue to the downside. So this is a new breakdown, right? You're breaking down below that SMA 14, lift to the upside, validate resistance at the SMA 14, continuation to the downside. Very slow right now, and you are about to hit. Yeah, there we go. You're resisting from that first level right now. We just got rejection from the 65,738 pretty aggressively. That doesn't mean it's done. It means that it still needs to potentially come back up and try again, but very nice rejection from that target just now. So let's see how that continues to work out.
I just shared you my chart if you want to share it with the team and show them the first play you gave me.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at that right now.
The first trend line is where I took entry, and the one next down from that, you can see where the red candles go down and tapped off it twice. That is where I took profits.
So first entry right up in here.
Yep.
And then we got the take profit down right here, right? So entry, take profit at the bottom end here, and then we got the retracement. So very cool play. Very, very, very cool play. And I do see it here, and then here's Bitcoin, right? Doing that thing that we just said. It's coming right back up to test it one more time. In this test, that there could be the continuation, right, into the upward bound of that 65,773, and then another rejection on this. But like I said, right, this feels like we're getting the play in a 30-minute time frame now, opposing the 15-minute. And that's purely because we just opened the 30-minute candle. If we are facing resistance at this level here, or slightly even higher, maybe even at the 65,828, this would mark off a reversal signal. This would be your three rising methods, three white soldiers, right? You get the decline from that and continue to the downside, and then realize your actual targets, right? Your 64,923, followed by the bottom end of around 64,491. I don't see this as a bullish play just yet. I know this feels like a really big V-shaped recovery, but please remember that Bitcoin has an ATR of about $3,700 in any day trading, up or down. So that kind of volatility, we have to respect. Huge
I'm happy
volatility.
with the plan. You made my whole day. I made $435 on that trade.
Dude, nice. Oh, GG. Yeah.
10 minutes. So you walk on water for me, bro.
Oh, dude, you know how it is, man. You know how it is. I consider you family, my buddy. But I think we're looking okay. Let's just let's play the motion here, play the waves. But we know that this is a downside play anyway. We just got to make sure to get those validations, and it will continue to the downside. But I'm sorry, team. I apologize. I haven't continued with SOUN. Hound, how you doing, buddy? Saying, I've noticed that Bitcoin likes to respect the simple moving averages 20, 50, 100, and 200 on various time frames. That's a very good observation, Hound, because I've also been studying some really odd time frames as well, and I will give this to you, right? This is actually a third release of indicators that I need to put out for the ARCa Bulls trading team, and this is going to be you guys already know, you guys already have my ARC averages, right? So that's going to be ARC A's. So I am now going to release the ABT dark A's. So these are going to be dark averages, meaning this would be for crypto trading, and the ones that I've seen work out pretty nicely, right? So dark A's. Here they are. I added them right in here. So some of those moving averages that I'm including inside of this indicator when you join the ARCa Bulls trading team are as follows, right? So take a look at this. You have your SMA 5, SMA 10, 30, 60, right? You obviously have the ability here to put in your 200 SMAs as well, right? You can literally choose on this pane here. It's TradingView proprietary. So you can choose whether you're using an SMA, EMA, a weighted moving average, or a volume weighted moving average, right? So you have these options, and you literally could create any period, right? So if you want a 2-period VWMA, like that's, you can do that if you want. So I have the expandability for you, right? So, and then you get the 4 of them that I look at for immediate short-term time frame trading, and they are displayed to you here in the colors that you're observing. right? You can always, remember, team, I'm just showing you this because I'm about to release it to you. You can always decide to switch the colors to thickness of the color and literally create your own palette of colors or whatever you want, right? So that is that for that indicator. And take a look. That's the second 5-minute test that we're getting here. Tweezer top, 3 minutes and 16 seconds on BTC to close that. There could be a potential drawdown and continuation here. If we get that 3-minute closure with that tweezer top, that could be a little bit of a validation here for a continuation to the downside. We're going to need to get over a few moving averages down here in the 5-minute time frame, but that's understandable, right? We're still observing a potential downside play. We're getting a series of immediate short-term time frame lower highs, and also please notice that we're getting now a series of lower lows as well. So that typically turns out to be a pretty bearish setup, and we'll distribution of sorts, right? So yeah, we'll see. But one more time, this ascending triangle here, continuation formation, price convergence with flat top after a down trend, bearish continuation. All right, and you have 3 targets. You have your breakdown target from the first candle in whatever time frame you're trading it on, right? Measure that move. That'll be your first target. Center of the triangle would be your second target right here, and the back end of the triangle, the highest bound, that would be your third target right over here. Right, so that is how you measure that. That's how you figure that out, and that is how you play traditionally this formation, right? So, in fact, this is formation analysis, and these are strategies built around formations, which is actually something that I'm going to be introducing fairly soon. Hold on, just a sec. Where is the? I need to find. There we go. Yeah, so that's something that I'm going to be introducing just now. Actually, I've already released it to my students. I am creating a continuation course. This is going to be a strategies course, including moving averages, indicators, psychological strategies, all kinds. But it's going to be an 8 to 12 week lecture on that. And if you are interested in that, please reach out to me at ArcMastersCourse@gmail.com, and we'll get you. Situated. Make sure to claim your seat as soon as possible, right? Because I've given already the heads up to the master students, so they're going to have a priority. So ArcMastersCourse@gmail, and I'll pass you all the pertinent information, disclaimer, the syllabus, and all that good stuff. So so heads up on this play, right? 53 seconds left to close it. I'm really actually curious to see what happens at the close of this 5-minute candle, as this may present a continuation to the downside from this point on. And right after this, team, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the other tickers. Of course, we still got market prep to look out for. We still got a few other requests to go through. GNS and GOEV. We have SPY, Tesla, a few things to take a look at, right? 29 seconds and counting here. And I'm wondering if that's going to actually continue. Now, remember, 5-minute time frame formations are not usually the best, and they don't have the best batting average, right, or strike rate. But it's still good to consider the psychological properties of some of these bearish formations. This would be a critical resistance followed by a bearish formation, followed by a breakdown of a larger time frame bearish formation. So all of these things stacking up with each other would be you trying to gain some type of understanding over the probabilities of price next or to follow, right? So here's that closure, 4 minutes, 50 seconds left. Let's see how price action starts to behave. It looks like it's already declining, and there could be a continuation. Lots of pressure here, right? And definitely lower volume than we're used to in Bitcoin right now. There's a lot of, I don't want to say indecision. I just think that at every lower point, people are thinking that this is the floor. And I wouldn't be surprised if we're already getting some videos saying that BTC to 30,000 or 15,000, right? So I don't think that we're, going to go to $15,000. In fact, the mean reversion on the larger time frame is 30K on this. And that's, again, I don't think that we're going to 30K. But if I were to put a potential a weekly floor, per se, then there is the probability of here with zigzags, of course, to potentially reach down to the $57,000, $56,000 mark before a continuation to the upside. We could experience a pretty nice bounce from that area as there is inflection at that point. But as of now, this is kind of a bearish play, and there is downside to consider here. 5-minute time frame, there you go. Check it out, team. We got that tweezer top, complete decline. We're looking at this live, right? We're looking at this as it's happening so that you can see how plays work out This is what you're observing right now is literally how I speak in the ARCa Bulls trading team every single day when we're trading in the mornings. I'm guiding the play as it's happening, right? And this is what we were waiting for, right? Confirmation here, closure beneath the resistance zone. We're getting that downside, right? Of course, we still have a few moving averages to consider here, but this is where we play our discretion, right? But the play is working out the way that we're speaking. The play is working out the way that it should be traditionally. There could be a little bit of a bounce here. 5-minute time frame, SMA 14 located right below here, which could be tied to that SMA 9 or SMA 10 at around 65,526. You get that bounce to the upside. We may actually have to validate now the re-entry to the outside. Let me into the out, right? So so we'll get that bounce from any pertinent moving average here. Validate your resistance one more time before continuation. So it still has a little bit of a ways to go. So that's the way that play happens, team. Let's go ahead and now kind of scooch on over away from ticker symbol BTC and continue the analysis here, right? So let's see what else we have. As far as, oh yeah, right. So the downside targets here for SOUN, we could see a bottom bound. I was talking about a 532 bottom on the 12-hour time frame, since we do have about $1 in average true range. So if we do reach that 533, that would be a perfect weekly time frame wall-to-wall move. So this would mean that we could, in essence, experience honey? Sorry, guys. I thought somebody was trying to come in. Hon? Trying to tell people to come in.
Yes, dear.
Yes, dear. You Cafrita, what is up, bro? Good to see you in here. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna send out a courtesy text, to tell her that she's good to come in. Okay. So, yeah, if we do get that downside of 533, that would be your 2 standard deviation move to the downside, right? And that would usually mark off the zone where price action tends to reverse. And this would be a mean reversion play from this bottom side. So, yeah, I think the overall targets to observe here for tomorrow could be down to anywhere between 568 or 569 to that 532 or 533 low. So if that really is the case here, then yeah, we're gonna have to pair this with a couple of tangible targets here, because I don't know that we can make it all the way down to about 477. That's really overextended. But of course, the probabilities are always there, right? Anything can happen in the markets. But yeah, so far right now I'm observing 533 to around 569 as a potential downside target. But will it happen immediately? Well, let's take a look at those probabilities now, right? So let's see here. Hourly time frame, we were looking at this potentially being overextended. We still got some space, team. Yeah, what this is telling me is that we're going to experience an upside price action first, somewhere around the areas of around 650. 10 minute. Let me see the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, there you go. 15-minute time frame. ATR top 651. And that was my discretion speaking, right? So right around that 650 level could be. Let me see. Yeah, that could be the resistance here locally, right? Right in here. So in other words, this is kind of a bear flag or a bear pennant on a 15-minute time frame. This is getting ready for a breakdown. And it will display some lower targets for sure. I guess I can give maybe one of those targets out right now just to see how roughly what it can look like, right? So, yeah, looking like it wants to drop to around 573 here. We're looking at a bottom side of, remember, we literally just said 569 to around 533. And this formation is already giving you a pretty nice hint at it, right? So next thing we want to do is just validate with maybe some geometrics, right? Let's take a range low to range high inverse fib here and see if we have any correlation. Well, we definitely do, right? Take a look at your 2-spot 272 at 564. So that's already giving us the range, right? So 564 now in reality to this zone here of about 573, with the lowest potential being around the 526 area, seeing that we had that 533 there, right? So let's just go ahead and put a line there. And this is what I'm observing here for SoundHound. All right, so immediate short-term time frame. Whoa, there was a huge shooting star outside. Damn. That was pretty cool. That thing lit up from the side of my face. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So get that quick short-term upside here to around that areas of to that area of about 651 to 660 retracement from that point. If you get and oh yeah, take a look at that. Right, 648, almost 649 on the mean reversion of a 15-minute time frame. So that's it's all kind of there it is. Here it is. That's the short-term upside here. And if we do get a higher potential, then maybe the 15-minute time frame could do a full-on reversion. But that reversion would take you to 692 before it fails to the downside. I don't see that happening, to be quite honest, okay? I think the higher probabilities would be laid upon that 650 to about 670 at the first standard deviation multiplier resistance right in this pocket here. And then we'll get that retracement. All right, so yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at here for SOUN. So let's go ahead and bring this. Let's go ahead and bring this out of the cycle and take a look at GNS now. This is one of those small cap plays that we've been observing here. Right, let me get rid of some of these indicators right now so that we have a clear shot at it. So let's see. So guys, let me know in the chat if you if my voice sounds clear, if it sounds okay. Do I sound like normal? Because I'm actually broadcasting to you from a different type of microphone, and that is actually a headset, and this is allowing me to have this immediate freedom from having the microphone and the pop screen in front of my face, you know, before my big screens, to perform this analysis. I can't tell you how much freedom I'm feeling, but does it sound okay though? Does it sound good? So let me know if that microphone sounds okay, because this is only one of the headsets that I got, and I have another one coming in to see if I can get different sound. But so far, I'm pretty happy with this one here, at least from my perspective, right? So let me know in the chat, YouTube, what do you think of the sound here on the microphone? Let me know if it sounds okay. And so OGG is saying you had to pull out. Definitely no volume to get that to the downside. Oh man, sorry about that, dude. I know it's
that's all right.
It's
good. I pulled out just in time too. It actually reversed.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I totally understand. Okay,
it bounced off the moving.
Candace, it sounds fine. Nice. Somebody earlier said that they wouldn't have even noticed the difference if I didn't say anything, which is pretty good to know, I guess, right? Because we're talking about a microphone that's really close to your face in this point. But yeah, I tried to tune the microphone. It has the independent connectors, right? So I can bring this still through my traditional setup. It's not a USB headset like the ones that you get for gamers and stuff. Although I have one coming in like that to see if I can get an edge with sound without using external outboard gear. But the outboard gear is the reason why this is sounding a little warm. The reason why I'm getting the low end in my voice, because this lacks a lot of low end. They're trying to remove the background noise, right? Like all headsets try to do. But all right, so let's go ahead and continue on here. Take a look at GNS's price action. It looks like it had a nice little boost here at the end of the post hours, right? 45.59 up to 49.60. That is pretty significant price action for the immediate short term. So I'm wondering if this is about to shift, because look at this. 5-minute time frame is giving us a pretty strong read in volatility, right? We're getting expansion here. And we're also getting upside in the RSI and on Stokes. So yeah, this is giving us what I'm saying here is that if this initial impact, right, the initial thrust here, if this is strong enough, then we would see about getting the 10-minute time frame we'll see about getting the 10-minute time frame to also push, which is being shown right now on the RSI. It's looking okay, right? But beyond this, we want to make sure that the 10-minute feeds into the 15-minute, and then the 15 cascades into the 30-minute, and so on. So it looks like we're sort of getting all of that, but we really need a stronger push to the upside here to start combating some of these lower targets. For now, it looks like we're double bottoming here on a 30-minute time frame using the 3-day low, and that could give us a continuation to that upside, right? What is up, Jay? And Mark, Jay Tejeda, what's up, man? You're looking for a ticker symbol CAVA. Yeah, so, and I think I had another request just a little bit earlier, right? So let me go ahead and take a look at that. Was that you, Mark Roach? I think you talked about ticker symbol, what was it? Yes, OCGN ANGH. I got you, buddy. I got you, man. I got you, bro. No problem, my dude. No problem. We'll go ahead and put it through the algos here. We'll see what price action is looking like. We'll start this off with a daily time frame and all that good stuff, right? You had one more. And alerts, what is up? Good to see you here. And Sean Cervantes, what is up, man? EVs will start popping because of new laws. Really? Because, dude, we've been noticing that there was a little bit of strength here, starting with that ticker GOEV. That thing popped off like crazy, which is actually one of the plays that one of my analysts suggested and put through. Sebastian, right? So he actually is he trades with us live every day too, and he put the notification. You know what? This thing is ripping to the upside. ARCa validated whatever it was. We put together the targets, and we absolutely nailed those topside targets, and that was a huge gainer for GOEV. So yeah, man, very, very, very interesting stuff. Let's Mark Roach, ANGH. Let's make sure to keep that in the circulation here. No problem, guys. Wow, yeah, there's a bunch of movers, and I do think that some of these small caps may be running. We're gonna have to run a correlation coefficient against the IWM and see how tied they are to that, so that we can understand what type of upside we're getting here. Also, I mean, if we're speaking on the upside based on sector, then I guess yeah, then a broader perspective using sectors, then yeah. But other than that, I want to know if it has an index that it's following. So we'll go ahead and do that. Alerts. So you're looking at ticker symbol VLCN. Let's take a look at that. And also alerts. Was that you that was just messaging me on Twitter a little bit ago? I'm not sure if it was you, but if it's you, hello, my brother. And thank you so much for coming on by. Let's see. So Jay, I got that ticker for you, right? Yeah, guys. So yeah, let's just take a look at the stats real quick for ticker symbol GNS, and continue on that analysis, right? Let's take a look at the daily time frame. All right, daily time frame stats suggesting a 66-cent top, but I want to know what it did in the after hours. So 49.60. So in that case, let me run a 24-hour chart instead of the daily. 49.60. We're getting a little bit of a decline here. It looks like it still wants to push a little bit lower, but if we observe the RSI, that could be, yeah, it is definitely going to push a little bit lower, right? But we want to catch the SMA 14 of the RSI, right? We want to catch it right in this zone here. This SMA 14 will essentially pull back just a little bit here into the 48%, which is your gravitational zone, right? You'll get that pull, support from gravitation and SMA 14 pull to the upside, and then we will continue here. I think GNS is just consolidating for now. I will say that this 24-hour candle formation, let me just make sure, right? Because all these little differences, they will matter. Okay, so if we're getting confluent tops here, then I think we're in the clear. But let's see. This is an opening valuation of 64.39. This is closing at 60. Wait, hold on just a sec. Opening value. Oh, 61 here. And then this is closing at 60. Okay. Yeah, they're confluent tops. No problem. But if you notice, it is a red outside bar, and usually these red bars get taken out. So the probabilities here for a continuation, you got it, Devin. Not a problem, my dude. I got you. You're very welcome, my brother. I appreciate you so much. But yeah, that you have a red bar, outside bar here, that bar is actually penetrating your 3-day low. So it's breaking market structure already. So the next relevant support, yes, of course, we're seeing this spot between 41.99 and this closing basis of this candle at around 42.50. Sure, I see that. But the actual target that we may be observing here would be the weekly low. And it could be the effort of about a few days of price action. So if that is the case, then let's put together that target. So 38.13 to about 38.85. It's very, and you know what I mean. If we're gonna try to be more critical about these targets, then there is another space to consider, right? We have a contact point here. We have a contact point right here at the opening. This would be a closing basis, resistance here, and we can adjust the bottom side a little bit too. In fact, I think I would probably use the previous section that I was observing, this one here. Let me see. Just a sec, team. Actually, this feels like it. So 37.98 to 39.97. Your 50% of the space here would be 38.97. Got to keep an eye on that. 38.97 would be kind of a focus within that. Let's put it in 38. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it like this. This is close enough here. Okay. There we go. So this could be your ultimate lower bound here, and this would definitely be an inflection point. Breaking this and closing beneath this with any closure as small as maybe even an hourly, this would introduce a continuation to the downside into the 34, maybe 30 cent zone. So got to be careful with that, okay? Devin, thank you so much. I'm very happy to hear that it sounds okay, that it sounds chillin', right? And a quick little side note here for those of you who were following the play on ticker symbol BOME from my video from last night. So I have pretty much met, I'd say 95% my target, right? So I signaled this at right down here. I signaled it at about 11.654, right around here. 11.5, 11.6 is where I was signaling this, and it did have a potential for continuation to the upside. The video was titled Breakout Soon, and the breakout did happen, right? So what I did here was I opposed everything that Bitcoin even had to say. I knew Bitcoin had a downside, but regardless of that downside, this was setting up a very bullish pennant formation, which is more of what we're going to be learning in the continuation strategies lectures, the 8 to 12 week program. So definitely get in touch with me, okay? So here we go. This topside target has met around 95% to the target. What I'm really looking for is 015, right? I'm looking for that 15,381, and I do see it as a pretty high probability. And the reason why is because of two reasons. Your upper bound, 1 standard deviation, is already getting converted into a support. This is 14,420. We're at 14,520. Right, we're converting that upper bound of the first standard deviation into support, and now the next target to look at would be the standard deviation the 2 multiplier right here at 16,789. So that would, we would have a lot of confluence to the top side of the price action that I'm looking for my personal target, right, 15,381. So yeah, I do think that there is still an upside continuation on this, and I do believe that it's going to start resisting somewhere around that 15 to 16 mark. Okay, so very, very impressive upside, and very awesome to have seen this play out just the way that we spoke of last night. So congratulations to you if you did take part on that play, and we'll go ahead and continue to the next play yet again, right? Very good stuff. So that was it for ticker symbol BOME, BTC, GNS, And forgot what else we looked at, but everything is looking pretty good, right? So now I know that I'm sorry guys. So Mark Roach actually had a request here, right? This is, guys, whoa. Mark Roach, quick question. Do you have open risk on this right now? Are you long or are you short this asset? And please let me know. And it's important. It is critically important.
Parker, that's the one I asked you about early this morning. You told me it was taking me out on a plank in the Atlantic Ocean. That's the same one.
This thing is about to take a crap. The reason why I'm asking is because of this, the formation here. That is the epitome of a shooting star candle. So let me go ahead and try to pull something up regarding that. Hold on. Just a sec. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and pull up that. Here we go. This could be one of them, but I would rather show you. You know what? This could do it here, right? So you know what? We're gonna try to expand the view on this image here, pulled out from investing.com, right? So investing.com we're about to see that image. I'm gonna pull it up here for you. Here it is. So in this diagram, you're being shown what the uptrend is like and what it's like when you print a shooting star formation. So if you're looking at my chart on the stream here, this is a shooting star, and this indicates weakness in the market. Now, when you print a shooting star away from the prior bar, and when it's above it, like in this example, this is quite the epitome. All right, so this is extreme weakness, and it is just to tell you here that the bulls could not hold it. Definitely could not hold it. So in other words, bull trap. So this could be headed towards the downside tomorrow. Of course, it has its own bias, right? It has FOMO. It has a bunch of crap there, right? So we have to keep that into consideration too. In fact, let's do that. Let's take a look at the immediate short term, starting from maybe the 30-minute time frame. Okay, so 30-minute time frame is indicating strength, right? We're looking at upside price action here. So it looks like we could be testing that 160 top again from the 30-minute time frame. Let's go to the, let me see. Man, that's even if it survives the 10 or 15 minute. Hold on, team. Hold on just a sec. All right, team, we are back. Man, it's just with the little guy around and everything, it just makes it a little a little bit of a challenge, right? But we're all good. So yeah, let's move on to. I'm sorry, we were looking at that ticker OCGN, or which one was it? Which one had that massive daily? I think it was this one, right? Was it OCGN on a daily? This one, right? There we go. So yeah, very, very. Let me come back to the chat, and I want to see if Mark Roach replied to me. Where the hell am I? Damn. Yeah, alerts. I got you with that ticker. And where the heck is Mark Roach? Where is Mark Roach? Hey Jasper, good to see you in the chat. Thank you so much for coming on by. And Lil AR15 saying AMD did the same thing, shooting star, you said. Oh, it failed on a shooting star? Man, especially when it comes to a daily time frame, this is just... This is dangerous, man. And what's the 12-hour time? Oh, yeah, so the 12-hour time frame giving us that potential, right? This is what I meant by us coming back up to test that 160. So, in fact, is this... I don't think it has 24-hour market price activity, but it's all good. There could be oh man, I mean that's now a lower high here on the 12-hour time frame. Inside bar and nowhere near enough volume, but almost the same size as this. Yeah, there's a lot of weirdness happening here. So hey Danielle, how you doing? So it's running on the NASDAQ. So it says, but they are probably being shorted to death, literally. Well, yeah. So here, remember what I told you. Remember what I told you in the master's class, that I literally know systematic traders that are waiting for assets like this to break the dollar mark. So they'll let the dollar mark break, right, and they'll ride this thing to a point of like a psychological top. And this feels like it's massive games here, man, because this only made a very slight higher high, right? So, in fact, let me see the upper time frames, because that could be a dark cloud formation in a higher time frame. Let me see if it is a red bar, that is. And also, if we decide to load the chart any day now. So, let's see. Oh, man. Did I just see that right? Right, it still has 5 days to close, no problem. 6 days to close the monthly. 6 days to close the monthly, man. And bi-monthly 3. I'm trying to be as critical as I can be here, right? I'm not gonna give you guys any bull crap. I'm gonna be just very honest. I don't care what direction it goes in, but I will tell you what the charts are reading. Let's see. Oh, right. That was literally the cover of a gap. Man. Sorry about the pop there, team. The mic is so close to my face. This right here. That was your gap resistance. Right there. Bam. And you got this gap back here. Falling beneath this resistance and went back up to, where is it now? Let's see. Yeah, if it can combat that resistance, then it would be okay. But guys, that daily time frame, we have daily traders here. Not everyone trades the post hours, right? So if we're trading the daily time frame, they're looking at this. So if this has post market activity, then yeah, you would imply here a continuation to top out at that 160 again, and then another pullback. But again, this is psychologically driven. This is not like, I mean, whatever I'm telling you here and it doesn't happen, that's because psychology is taking over. That's because of FOMO, right? People that are not willing to accept what it's doing, they will all, in literal luck, pile together and buy this to the upside and take it to a new high, but then in turn bag someone in that direction. So this, you want to stay away from tickers that are trading psychology, right? So I personally am not a fan of this. This thing is getting, I can see the shorts starting to pile up. The short bias traders, short term, they're creating this volatility. So they shorted the gap top, brought it all the way back down, re-entered from this top side right here, and took it all the way back up again, and it's making it seem like it's going to continue to the upside. That could be a traditional bear play. And not only that, is that we're looking at this too. Please take a look at your volume profile, because we're getting a few hints here. But like I said, right, there could be a fair bit of uneducated traders here that don't care about any of these signals, and that could play completely against the continuation of the play or the downside of the play. So this trough that I'm going to point at for you right here, right, and then this one here, that marks off a lower high, right? In this case, this trough belongs to this candle here, and that lower trough, this green one here, belongs to this one up here. So you're catching a divergence here. You're looking at a lower high and a higher high in price action. That usually means weakness. Okay, so this is a bearish divergence on a daily time frame. Let's take a look at maybe momentum and see if we're catching any of that so far. So 8-hour time frame, let's see, not quite a print there yet. 6-hour time frame, all of these time frames, guys, this is cooked. I mean, we're talking about some of the highest iterations this thing has had, and oh my goodness, man, yeah, this is a little. You can see here that this thing is driven so much by FOMO. They trap a lot of people all the time. I mean, look at this, right? So you get this upside here, parabolic upside from about 32, runs up to 450, and then again all the way to 1841, and then the thing just slowly gives away everything it ever had here. So the reason it's doing this slow gradual is so that it doesn't lose its bag holders, right? So so it's leaving bag holders in here. And I can see the volatility coming into these targets here, because anybody who's still holding right in this area here of 681 is probably thinking to themselves, I'm not going to get any better than this. I'm just going to pull out immediately. So yeah, let's see. That's a similar shooting star, evening star formation. I can validate that for you. So yeah, let's just, I can only say that in my perspective, it feels like it's going to take a dump because of the formation on a daily time frame. But seeing how much psychology there is here, I guess it could still ride up a little more. Maybe I would give it a top side of around 216 to 185. And then potentially dump out, because there are divergent drives being printed as we speak. And it's also, from over the last 3 months, like, this thing has been riding, right? And it's up 340%. I mean, that's already fair. So this is really typical. This is right when people start hearing about a stock running. It's like you hear about it at the top, not at the bottom. Because nobody gave a crap over here. Everybody gives a crap up here, and they all want to buy up here, right? So no, it's like in other words, I would strongly suggest to stay away from this stock. If you do end up buying and you do get a top side here, you'd be very lucky to get that top side. But this is a complete gamble and complete coin toss, as this is up already 340%. You're in the take profit zone of everyone else. So the people who were trading. Like in this zone here, right in here, they were up from 37 cents up to like 50 cents. In this area here, you would be telling the short sellers to, you know what, if this is the case here, you don't want to stand in the way of a freight train, right? Because the bulls are taking over. They're going to zigzag this thing, and then they're going to ride it to the freaking top. In this example, I don't know that I can say and I can feel that same sentiment. Okay, so just kind of, use your own discretion here. Just be very careful. Those are my thoughts here on OCGN. Let's see. Hey, Mark, good to see you, buddy. Sorry, I just noticed your comments right now. You thought you were behind? Maybe so, right? SMCI looks like a great setup. I was behind like 5 minutes. Appreciate the TA. Gotcha, buddy. Gotcha. All right, so yeah, let's take a look at ticker symbol Kava and see what this has, right? So this is the Kava group. Let's pull up the daily time frame and observe what price action is doing, right? So a little bit of a tweezer top here on the daily time frame. Let's see what the after hours did. 68.20. Oh, dude. 68.24 with a massive outside bar, bearish engulfing red bar, right? So this is a huge like downside signal, although some people may believe this to be a type of bull flag. So in fact, this was a bull trap up here at the 70 mark, and I would have even said it myself at that mark. But here's another potential, right? This thing could, and it may even do this, right? Don't hold me against this, right? But there is also a slight bit shorter time frame formation kind of panning out here, right? I would say the 6-hour formation looks to be pretty strong on this, and that would be your inverse little herple-derple, right? So yeah, you're looking at a potential inverse head and shoulders. You have the defined shoulders and the head, and that could give you targets. Let's see. So this would be your implied neckline here, right? And then your upside target based on a breakout from this would lead you to about 76.86. We're gonna invalidate this too, okay? Let's take a daily range. There we go. Right there. Okay. Yeah, so your daily range on a geometric level, 77.33. We're looking at 76.86, completely confluent. So there is that potential. Now, the next thing we want to look at is that we do have an inversion play on a very bearish play, and that could be a bear trap. And the reason why I say this is because this 6-hour print pretty much invalidated that bearish engulfing on a 6-hour, not only by printing a green bar and also printing outside of the top bound of the post hours market on the prior day, but also because it printed a tweezer bottom. So this is now, and it has a confirmation candle too. Not only is this confirmation candle printing from the bottom side of the price action here, but it's also sitting in a very important geometric level. And that level is located right here. Right at the golden pocket. Not 382 to the not 618 golden pocket. This is a very, very, very important zone for the bulls to sit in and for the bulls to bounce from. Right? So there could be price fluctuation in here before an explosion here, right? So seeing that we're inside of this golden pocket, seeing that we have the tweezer bottom here, and invalidation of this bearish play paired with an inverse head and shoulders, this is telling me that we could be set for a continuation to the upside. And that would be the probabilities here, right? So next thing that we want to do, we're looking at a top side, like we said, right? We were observing the 76.86 to the 2-spot 618 at 77.33. Let's try to pair this with your daily time frame, right? So, or your 24-hour in this case, right? Wait, I need to see kind of everything here. So your current ATR top, check this out, right? You're looking at about almost $73. And if this decides to continue to the upside, your upper bound of the 2 standard deviation multiplier daily time frame would be $80. So now, yeah, you're definitely catching confluent signals, right? So that would be our range there, 72.65 to around $80. Let's jot that down, right? So let's do 72.65. Let's put it down. That's really freaking low. So 72.65. I mean, but still, it would be a big jump from where we are now. 72.65. You got to start looking out in here. to about an $80 top. And then we're going to start concentrating the targets. This is your $80 top, 3-spot 272 confluence. And, well, there it is, right? Your 50%, right at 76.25, matching your psychological take profit of 76.89, which has the 77.33 at the 2-spot 618. That is your next concentrated range. Just like this. And the 50%, yeah, the 50% of this area is your psychological take profit. Bam. 76.86 appears to be your target here. Ticker symbol CAVA. Well, let's validate it though. Let me just take a look at the 4-hour time frame and see what the probabilities are with momentum. Okay, right, but we were getting an upside bias here in the immediate short term. So yeah, 15-minute time frame. Yeah, oh wow, 10-minute time frame upside, 15-minute time frame upside here. It's looking like the 30-minute time frame may be getting it soon. And that initial thrust from the 5, 10, and 15, hopefully into the 30-minute, because, you know, you're getting the bullish crossover here as well on the RSI. Hopefully that thrust or that initial impact could be big enough to impact your hourly time frame followed by your bi-hourly. Because if that happens, your 4-hour time frame will certainly correct and start to show an upside bias. So my direction here is favoring the bulls, but there will be zigzags. There will be. It's not going to be a smooth ride here. It's going to be kind of a bum. It's going to be a bumpy ride, right? So let's see. Danielle, thank you so much for sharing that options chain. That really means a lot. I can't. It's a little small. I don't want to read it, but does it look like anything I spoke about here? And let me see. So yeah, you guys, I think this is going to be conditional, right? We have a. I think there is a play here. 4-hour time frame just printed. This printed. Oh man. So this is a bullish tri formation, right? So and the way that you can observe that is like this. These two candles, let me just go ahead and kind of put them in green and also diminish that hue a little bit. Yeah, so this setup here, you have price action declining. You printed at the bottom of a trend, you printed this, it is still. The closing valuation was right here. So you printed an inverted hammer. Followed by this inverted hammer, you printed a green candle engulfing the body prior to it, bullish engulfing. Now, the green candle printed a lower wick down to this level here, similar to this wick here, tweezer bottom. So you have a tri formation here leading towards a potential bullish play. So yeah, I do favor the bulls in this case. Lots of bullish signals. Anything can happen in the market, but if I'm just being very honest here, I do think this has a very high probability of upside continuation. And just please play it responsibly. Please be very careful. Always practice proper risk management. But not bad at all. Okay. So let's take a look at ANGH and see what's on the table for this ticker. Right? Let's see here. Let me pull up that daily time frame and see how it's behaving. Let me consider. Okay, so that was the 181 close, 199 close at the post hours. Nice. Okay, let me see if we have a simple enough strategy here, because this feels like it's gonna continue. Oh man. Okay, 30-minute time frame is already bleeding an upside, and the hourly's feeling it too. The bi-hourly is still on a downside, but this is about to be corrected towards an upside. Okay, Notice how the 4-hour time frame still has an upside pivot, and we are in critical expansion. Oh, dude. Hold on. Arguably speaking, this is one of the largest consolidation phases contraction phases that this asset has ever experienced. Hold on. Let me see the 12-hour. In the 4-hour time frame is displaying massive contraction. Let me see. Yeah, this could be the second, or actually maybe the third largest iteration of contractive levels, and that is I don't know what they're. I'm not a news guy. I'm not too much fundamentals, right? I do keep some fundamentals in line, but I don't know what this is running on. But this move here was expected at the break of this 15% on the 8-hour time frame. This was very much expected, even though we experienced a downside first. But this was a massive, massive signal coming out of all this contraction. So, in other words, this is still on a fired signal, and it's still suggesting a continuation. Actually, it's now on a different signal. The entry to expansion. This would be another back test. So we have a complete upside pivot in the bullish control zone here of stochastics. We would probably be able to back test here the entry of the volatility component at 90%. So anytime that has happened paired with an upside. So in this case here, the opening of the candle was down here at about 105, and it looks like price action continued. But before we even reached the next area of invalidation here, price action had already made its new high from 104 all the way to 349 top here. So that iteration from backtesting from the entry component only of critical expansion, that was a major move, and it looks like this is already on that major move as well. So in this case, at the entry, we've already moved up from about 149 to about 224, and the signal is not done. It's not nearly done. So let's see another potential iteration here. Yeah, there's another one there. It doesn't look like it had too much. Yeah, here's another one too. Yeah, in this case, this example here, price action went from the opening of this signal of 113 all the way to just about 190. Nice. Yeah, there's a few of them in here who have made some pretty significant tops. Damn. Yeah, but that's what I mean by kind of putting together a back test here. And yeah, this is another signal here, entering volatility entering literally right at this point here. Looks like the signal opened up at about 10:12. And the signal stayed valid until this point. Oh, man. Until this point right here. Price action. Damn. That is nuts. Yeah, price action opened up at around 10:05 and literally went to freaking whatever that, $35. I mean, if it was a zigzag like crazy, right? But this was a complete regression to the top. Yeah, man. Yeah, so the signal is very powerful. The signal here for this... what's happening presently is pretty damn powerful. I don't think that this is the end of the signal. In fact, it may even still continue. Anything can happen in the markets though, right? So, but initial timeframes, early timeframes, I am expecting a potential pullback. So if that's the case, then let's pull up the stats and see. Let's see. So we're sitting at about 199 right now, right? So your current ATR low is around 179, 180. Let's pair that. I would say 182. That this area would obstruct that. 182 to about 191 retracement. before a bounce. Now, if it does continue to the downside, careful, because your daily ATR, that's reading a 137. That could retrace all the way back to 137, so be careful. All right, but this thing has a massive, massive signal, and it feels like it's still going to continue to the upside. So Mark Roach, good job on this one, buddy. I'm not, not the biggest fan of the valuation, but yeah, I see this as a potential runner. Quinn Fox, what's up, buddy? Good to see you in here. And let's take a look at ticker symbol VLCN. This is going to be Vulcan, right? So I think this is it Vulcan or Vulcan, like the dude from Star Trek, or yeah, Spock. Oh, dude. Traveling Sessions, what's up, man? Taiwan chip play. Let's put it in the revolving door here, buddy. What is it again? Where the hell is it? Sorry, I missed it. There we go. ASX. Nice. You're welcome, Mark. You're very welcome, my brother. Damn, look at this. What the hell? Bro. Why does this price action look so familiar? Actually, this kind of looks like NVIDIA. Is it running against? I mean, it is a chip, right? Is it running against it? Let me see. Let me run a correlation coefficient against this. Just real quick. And run NVIDIA. NVDA. Well, what do you freaking know? It is 100% correlated. I mean, in the 97th percentile. And let me see the weekly. Oh, dude. Yeah, this is running directly off of nice, man. That's good to know. This is running directly off of NVIDIA. So NVIDIA moves, this thing moves, and the way you could actually even pair it, right? So NVDA, new price scale. Let's set this up on log. Let's put it on candle structures. And kind of zoom them both out. But look at that. They're almost mirror images of each other. And that's why I was saying, I was like, why does this price action look so familiar? I'm very familiar with NVIDIA's price, right? So good stuff, man. Good stuff. But yeah, it's using NVIDIA as like its index per se. Very cool. Very, very cool. So yeah, I'll go ahead and go over this one just after I take a look at this ticker symbol VLCN. I think it was alerts. So alerts, are you still in the chat right now? Let me know, my brother, if you're still here in the chat and you need me to take a look at this ticker symbol VLCN. It also the title also reminds me of that one of the what was it called? It was called Volcom. Remember? I used to wear a lot of that clothes when I was younger. Mark Roche, thank you for providing that data there for ASX. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. But yeah, you know what? Regardless, even if he's not here, let me just take a look at this anyway. So yeah, let's look at the daily time frame, because this thing absolutely had. This is in a sense a reversal signal, and this could be leading towards a new upside. The candle, you know, it kind of looks like a hanging man or an evening star, right? So it's a little bearish, but the thing is that it closed above the prior day's close, so that kind of makes it a little bit of a bullish it kind of makes it a little bit of a bullish, play because of that. But it's bearish because because of the structure. Oh my goodness, dude. Super confusing, right? But it's okay. As this may, let me see the 12-hour time frame within this. Yeah, there is a probability that this has more consolidation to do, and that's because it's probably in the process of building an ascending triangle, right? Something like this here. So I'm not sure just yet, but if that is the case, then, price action would essentially start to converge here until it gets to this point, maybe around Tuesday next week or something like that, right before it can experience a bounce or a breakout. I'm sorry, a breakdown. So this would be a bearish formation. Let me go ahead and adjust it. So yeah, keeping a flat top, and then you're getting these higher lows. That convergence here is considered to be continuation. So if it is a continuation formation, then let's get some targets, right? This would be your higher probability target, aside from the one from the breakout. I get it, right? But yeah, let's just say that you were to break out here on Tuesday the 26th. You're looking at a 57.42 bottom side. This would be this would be the lowest bound here, around to 49.32. And let's just say that you did break out from that point on that Tuesday the 26th, right? So you would take a trend line from that point as well, and you would consider the target here, 61.67, if it plays out the way that it should be playing traditionally, right? I just to be honest here, I don't like this one wick here, but we don't have two touches of the support just yet to validate this trend. Okay, so until then, we would have to penetrate this again or something. Something will have to happen here, but if we're not getting a second touch, then this play is over. It's not going to be this. It could be something else. Okay, so there are a few rules to follow here. Okay. So, and that's just formation theory, team. Okay, it's just little silly patterns. Okay, so let me take a look at the 4-hour time frame here. I want to see linear volatility against stochastic momentum, see how it's doing. Okay, so we have a critical contraction phase happening, a little bit of expansion happening, right? We have the volatility component crossing over the moving average. We're also getting a little bit of a downside bias on that stochastic momentum. So if this starts expanding with a downside, we quite literally will be throttling towards the downside, and that would force a potential early breakdown play on this. And I mean, if it is that, then so be it, right? In fact, if we do start declining, the 4-hour time frame RSI is indicating continuation of that downside. Why and how can I tell that? Well, I don't always practice this, but you can definitely consider your formation analysis inside of momentum as well, particular to the RSI, not to stochastic momentum. Okay, but you definitely have a little bit of a head and shoulders here, right? A little herpy derpy. And next thing, since you do have this bearish formation, momentum would continue to the downside to potentially bounce from that SMA 14, but no. The problem there is that as the signal drops, the moving average also drops relative to whatever time frame we're in, of course. So when that drops, that means that your signal will eventually reach the inside of that 42% gravitational zone. That means that your RSI signal would come down to the SMA 14, where it's sitting at around 4160. And in that point, you would have a succession of the signal line under the moving average. So this is suggesting a continuation to the downside in a larger time frame. And let's see. And check this out. The 3-hour time frame is kind of already getting that crossover here for a continuation to the downside. Let's look at the 6-hour. I want to know where that could be. All right. Yeah, and the 6-hour time frame too. Man, so 4-hour time frame, suggesting the gravitational zone, this would fail, right? Look at the 6-hour time frame. The 4-hour time frame would cascade into the 6-hour time frame, which then would enter in a similar area. But if this, at this point, I can't really tell because this is a long distance, right? 6-hour wide. So if this pushes lower and lower, there is the off chance that the SMA 14 pushes into the opposing side gravitational zone, where you can use the 14 and gravitation for a bounce to the upside, thus introducing the continuation of the breakout here, support validation, continuation, support validation, continuation. So if that's the case, then we're observing here a potential red day tomorrow, maybe half a session red, come back all the way down to that zone of around 66.40, and then bounce to the upside here to validate or invalidate your resistance level. So we're just getting closer and closer to just more convergence here. Everything that I just said is, guys, I'm sorry about this, right? But everything I just said is literally this. That's what I just explained. Guys, I'm sorry. You know that I can't. I have master's students in here, right? I'm an educator. I am not going to just say this, right? I can't do that. I can't. What credibility would I even have if I couldn't explain to you the play the way that it would be happening? I have to validate it. I have to look through several metrics here in order for me to, even suggest that possibility. Right, so we're looking at the rejection down here to 66 cents. Well, your current ATR low on a 6-hour time frame, since we're playing the 6-hour, check it out, 63.55. So you're looking at around a 64-cent bottom anyway. So it is confluent. Get that short-term bounce, move this thing to the upside, right? Get some relative time resistances up here, 79.42, maybe up to that 80-cent zone, retracement, and converge continuation, right? And then that would essentially break down at its 65 to 75% to the apex of the triangle, the apex being here, and then the play will happen as it will, right? So that's currently what I'm expecting here for VLCN. So heads up on this play. It's not the most simple play in the world, and it's also very, very, very cheap, which makes it extremely, extremely dangerous. Right, so BTC here completely invalidating that bear play. Well, not all the way. It took its first profit here, and then it continued to the upside. So, is this thing suggesting now a break out from this bear play? So there's a. This turned out to be what is it? Coin. This is a wolf, right? I think so. So Ian saying ARCa. It goes from here to here, is not in his vocabulary. Yeah, it goes from here to here. It's definitely not in my vocabulary. I can't do that, you guys. I can't do that. I need to make sure that I can provide for you good information and backed information, right? I mean, how many people just say things like that? People just speak out of turn and just say, hey, you know what? The price is going to do this, price is going to do that. Can't do that. Who the hell are you? You know what I mean? Who the hell am I? You can't even see my face. So maybe I suck, but maybe I don't. Right. But thank you so much, everybody, for coming out. Please go ahead and consider hitting that subscribe button. Make sure to hit the like button, interact with the channel so that we can get this thing popping off to more listeners, to more viewers. Right. So from here, team, let's go ahead and take a look at the next ticker. We're going to look at ticker symbol ASX. And this is the chip manufacturer play that we were just observing a little bit ago. And that's to say that this is moving very much in correlation with the ticker symbol NVIDIA. So you are observing both tickers in one place here. This being the NVIDIA price action sitting on 914.35, very similar to the ASX play, as it is sitting right now at the top side of about 11.35. And this is the side pane here and price and valuations here for the ticker symbol ASX. Let's take a look at its some of the financials here, see what we're dealing with, right? So very nice. Market cap is 21.24 billion. Your float is a 2.16 billion as well. So mid cap, and it's feeling a little. I honestly, to tell you the truth, this is not bad. I think dare I say, potentially slightly undervalued. If I'm being completely honest, I mean, it has the numbers to be worth maybe 30, 40 bucks, even 50, right? It definitely has that potential. Now, if we go to the forecast and see what that upside is, then, we may be in for a surprise here. Actually, there's no forecast in this. That sucks. Why didn't they give the forecast on this boy? Sorry about that, team. No big deal. It looks like the only thing that we're seeing here is just the indicator and oscillators suggestion for buy or sell, right? So at this point here, it's strong buy on both the summary and the moving averages. Also, oscillators are sitting at neutral. So if that's the case, that tells me that neutral could be a bull flag. And if we're looking at this on a 3-hour time frame, then that could very well be the case. Right? So that gives you a probability target. And bull flag move to the upside, $12.64. Let me get rid of NVIDIA's price here. And seeing that it's very similar to the price action on NVIDIA, then yeah, this is completely your new all-time high. And I will say that this is breaking resistance above a long-standing regression from 2000. This being that regression, like here, right? So by me kind of pointing this out, by kind of topping out at macro time frames here, me pointing this out only makes me fear the pullback on this boy. All right, so if we get broader market weakness, they have an annual dividend. Oh, nice. So let's just say this: if we do get broader market weakness, and this thing absolutely shows a downside, then your test here could quite literally be down to around $9, around $9.20, right? So we have to be careful around that kind of price action, team. You don't want to be around for things like that because you will get freaking trampled. But good sign here, though. It's simply by looking at your volume profile, right? We have a complete ascension here in volume, and you're getting upside price action as well. So right now the bulls are still holding it down, and the bulls are still absolutely in control, right? So right now it looks like I don't see any real proof or any type of trace of a bear, right? I mean, that could come in at any moment, and really aggressively, literally at any moment, right? Because we're exploring price action here, price discovery to the upside, and that with a bull flag and that whole deal, So it's looking quite bullish, and this is a weekly time frame. It's going to be closing here in 15 hours, 40 minutes. This is a green outside bar here. This is very nice. If this, it would be ideal for this green bar to close upside of the prior bar's range high. That range high is looking at 1138. So closing above that 1138 would be massively bullish for this, other than the fact that it's already bullish printing that outside bar. So, that could be the case. So heads up, the upside target here. Let me see if, immediate short-term time frame. Yeah, you're getting immediate short-term time frame downside here. So we're gonna Jasper, let's take a look at that SPY next. Yeah, I really am curious too. Yeah, immediate short-term downside here, very, very likely. You have a 5-minute gap located at around 11:30. I don't think that's going to be the case here. Feels like you could drop in a little bit lower. I would say somewhere around this range here, but let me look at this better on a little bit of a larger time frame. Maybe the hourly time frame, right? And hold on. Oh, there it is. Actually, yeah, tomorrow, speaking in terms of tomorrow, right? Let's pretend that we're already at tomorrow. prior day pre-market low is located at about 11.11. Okay, so that immediately, even right here, right, that immediately gets my attention. And aside from the fact that, yeah, I was looking at a potential 11.23, but that I'm not really seeing that. I think I really want to focus in on this 11.14 right back here to the 11.11 mark. So I'm going to mark that down here. 11.11 to about 11.14. This could be that that could be that floor here. But I will say, if you fail this, I mean, we're talking about immediate short-term time frame max demand. You know, at least one of the top side demand here. You could be looking at further demand zones, of course. But this is an invalidation zone. If we break and close beneath this candle here, yeah, we're going to experience here a further downside, specifically to around 1096 and lower. And lower, right? So heads up on that. Okay. And one more thing to observe here is that this 10-minute time frame, the 15-minute, yeah, this is very bear flaggy, right? Also looks like a 15-minute dead cat as well, but yeah, it feels really like a bear flag here. And this is set to continue to the downside. Not only that, is that it looks like also like a really kind of a weird, oddly shaped head and shoulders formation. The downside, yeah, the downside here could be very critical. In fact, that head and shoulders could give you the bottom side target that we're observing, from the get-go here, right? So let's kind of measure that just in speculation and see how that kind of goes, right? So from that point, let's take a trend line from the top of the head down to that neckline and apply it below that shoulder right here. And what do you know? Take a look at the target that it's suggesting for us to go to, right inside of the area that we're looking for, right? 11.14 to 11.11, focused at 11.13. You want to slam dunk this some more? Let's go ahead and take an inverse fib and see if we have any of the 618s in there. Well, hell yeah, we do. 11.14, topside discretion. 11.15, 3-spot 618. 4-spot 236 at 11.11, quite confluent to my 11.11 bottom. And there you go. Right, so absolutely in a pocket. So, yeah, I do think that this has immediate short-term time frame downside. And from that point, ASX would start to potentially gain maybe a reaccumulation phase into this into its next days, right? So yeah, there could be downside into the next day. All right, team. So and you know what? Let me pull up. Seeing that we may get some pullback in the market, and I'm talking about upside continuation in the first few hours of the day, followed by a potential drop. And if that's the case, then Nvidia will probably realize that too. So let's get that in line here. Let's start to determine what that downside play could be. And for that, let me provide all the targets that we need from the SPY for that potential bear play, right? Because this is going to tell us everything here about the market tomorrow. And let's go ahead and move on into that. Let me just go ahead and take a drink of water here and go to the bathroom real quick. 2 minutes. I will be right back, team, and we'll go ahead over this very important SPY play. Just a moment, team. Thank you, everybody, for coming on by. Hit that subscribe button. Like the video. Interact with it, right? And definitely consider hitting that link in the chat to join the ARCa Bulls trading team. Just a sec, team. team, we are back. We are back and ready for action. All right, let's take a look at the SPY here and see what else we got in line, right? Okay. Let's go to the 24-hour chart and see what's going down with this thing, right? Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Not going to lie for a single second, right? This thing looks like a little bit of a hanging man structure, which shows that there could be some weakness right away. But what could be carrying this to the upside? What could be carrying it for further upside? You know, what? So let's take a look at. Oh, you know what? I think it may have been Meta. Oh my goodness! Right. So let's pull up Meta here and see what we can do about this. We started noticing that Meta was massively showing the leadership here, right? Okay. Yeah, okay. So it looks like it is Meta kind of reaching that, right? So let me pull up the stats window here and see what's goody. Okay. What was that 24-hour on this boy? Okay, team, we may actually see an initial downside before a continuation to the upside. You got to be kidding me. No way. Oh, dude. Is that really the case? Are we noticing this thing to potentially... Yeah, initial downside. So it looks like the DXY is showing a little bit of strength here, but we have immediate resistances coming up. Very, very, very tough resistances right in that 104.266 to about 104.307. That bullish engulfing on a daily, nice. Right, but man, this is feeling toppy. Hold on. So yeah, it's reading here that we could be experiencing a top of 104.47, and I'm talking about a top of 104.30. So it is kind of confluent to that potential top side. And also here, your upper standard deviation 1 multiplier, that's 104.45-ish. The upper bound is 104. That's really high. I don't know that we'll reach 105.37. Yeah, that's a little too much. I don't think so. I think maybe 104.40, maybe 104.48 or 47. That could be it. Yeah, that could be too far away. So that would give us immediate short-term time frame downside on the broader markets. So, in other words, let's get the resistances from momentum. Let's see. I want to see where it is. Oh, well, there's one on the bi-daily time frame, but this is likely to bring us up a little bit higher. Let me see the 3-day. Unless that's just resistance here, right? We did break down here, validated resistance. We're now starting to curve that 14-day simple towards the downside, so this could be resistance as well. But since it's a bi-daily time frame, sure, there is a little bit of room still here, right? And then we could continue to the downside. That's even if. Because oftentimes you're getting resistances from these things like just slightly over it, like right here and right here, right? So that could be the case here as well. So let's see. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame and observe volatility versus momentum. Let me get rid of the RSI for now. Okay. There you go. So 4-hour time frame is showing a downside bias, but what is the hourly saying? Is it upside yet? Okay. I see. All right, here it is, team. Let's pull up the moving averages. I'm going to give you that first tiny bit of an upside move, followed by a continuation to the downside. And we're going to use the moving averages for this case. The SMA 50 is a very critical area to get over, right? So let's see the 30-minute time frame and also the 10-minute time frame. Yeah, look at this. We're resisting from the SMA 50 10-minute, 15-minute time frame, about to get that SMA 50 resistance at 523.04, currently sitting at 522.85. The SMA 20 at 523.01. I think that may be it for the upside moving average. Oh, and the SMA 10 is literally resisting at this very moment. Yeah, just the hourly time frame. So, and let's see. That 1-minute time frame feels like it wants to recover. That's really confusing. But it's a 5-minute time frame. Sorry, but I gotta say it's. Where are we in relation to the breakout of the SMA? Okay, the SMA 50 is here. That teal line. This is the first breakout that we're getting from that SMA 50. I know that it looks like we're trying to get guided by this SMA 200, but the likelihood of coming back down to fail that SMA 50 is pretty great, because it's rare the times that we break upside of that SMA 50 and continue from the number one breakout. It doesn't typically happen in that manner. Hey Chad, how you doing, buddy? Saying, hey ARCa, we looked at Roku last night. It had a death cross today. Any thoughts on that? How do charts typically react to that? No hurry. Just if you had a minute. If not, no worries. My buddy, I will definitely look at it for you. I wouldn't ask the question, how do charts react to the death cross? It would be better said, how does the underlying asset react to a death cross under this specific time frame with these conditions in the macro spectrum, right? Meaning, what did the Fed say, and then the time frame that you're observing the moving average crossover alongside to its prior iterations of behavior, and that can give you a pretty interesting read. We're in a little bit of a different time because of the Fed, right? We're getting three rate cuts coming up this year, right? So it's the guy just kind of give us a little bit of a green light for upside continuation with the potentials of bull traps up into serious areas. Run a correlation coefficient against the SPY and Roku. See how close in correlation they are, specifically in the daily and the weekly. The reason you're using the daily is to see if the correlation is increasing in a shorter time frame. Because if it is increasing in correlation, that means that it'll reach the weekly time frame eventually. It'll cascade into that. And then your weekly time frame will just give you an overall read that, yeah, it is completely correlated or whatever to the asset that you're trying to trade. And it would be greatly beneficial to understand that, because your upper time frames of correlation against an index would give you an edge over price. Because if you're using the S&P as correlation with Roku, you have a great advantage into observing other metrics that can give a push to the upside to the SPY. You have Meta, you have Nvidia, you have Apple, but Apple is experiencing its own little thing right now, so maybe exclude that one. You have the DXY, you have 10-year yield, and you have oil. So there's a few things in there that you can use to the advantage of playing Roku. So it really branches out into and this is part of the strategies lecture that I'm putting together for the additional 8 to 12 weeks. This is part of it. So there are several ways to consider trading one asset that has that has some reliance on an ETF that is connected to several other metrics that can give you an advantage of price action before it happens. Of course, everything will have its own character, and everything will always, like always, it'll always have its particular behavior and resist support and resistances. But it's up to us to really plot that out and see what those potentials are. Find the pocket, and but yeah, dude, I'm not asking you to do it yourself. We can always take a look at it together too. Let me clear my throat, team. Hold on. So, Chad, if I were to tell you that, if there is a type of average behavior, price action on average tends to price in the decline of the death cross prior to it. So the anticipation is what leads. And then when the death cross happens, there is a potential invalidation at play. Like, right, literally in the chart that you're observing here. Let me just give you that. This is also a 5-minute time frame, so you don't want to rely too heavily on this, right? So let me keep that SMA 50 in there. Let me block out the visibility on your relevant smaller time frame moving averages, right? So just like this, we'll keep into consideration the SMA 200, SMA 50 for the death cross. So this is what I mean, right? You get that break of the SMA 50 initially, test the SMA 50 as resistance, and since you're getting this upside on the SMA 200, we're pricing that death cross in already. So when that death cross happens, it happens long after it happened. And then price action now is trying to catch the 200 for a ride to the upside. You know what I mean? So the anticipation is what leads. It's what leads the way. And the strongest. Here's another tip. Okay, because this is all part of strategies. This is all part of strategies that we're going to go over in the lecture. This is another tip. The crossover is not as strong if one moving average is facing up and one is facing down. You want to make sure that your averages are both facing one way. If you're looking at a death cross, this would be a bearish strategy. So you want the SMA 200 to face downward alongside the SMA 50 downward. Because when the SMA 50 crosses the SMA 200 on a down slope, that's a lot more difficult than it is to cross with one moving upward and one immediately dropping down. That's really not. It's really not the most sound way to observe a death cross formation or a death cross strategy play. Right. So and inversely, if you're looking for like a silver cross, your EMA 21 over the EMA 55 or SMA 20 over 50, whatever people consider it to be, you want the both moving averages to be crossing each other on an upside pivot. That gives you strength, and that is a validation of that play. So traditionally speaking, right, we got to know those little nuances, we got to know those little tiny rules, and that's how people don't get trapped in playing plays like these. So knowing those little details puts you ahead of the curve. And then you could speak about those potential invalidations. So in this case here, death cross, we're trying to catch that upside in the SPY, right? The problem here is that we're already catching a break of market structure, right? So there is a present low to be looked at here soon, or a literal high, a lower high. And if that's the case, then we're about to capitulate, because there is the probability here of ascending triangle, and that that can tell you that this could probably switch over again. And if that's the case, that would be really ideal, because then you'll see this. This is gonna be very averaged, right? Because it's a long-standing moving average. So we're gonna speed up time here just a little bit, right? And then your SMA 50, since it's catching a little bit of that downside as well, then you may be seeing something like this, right? Sorry that I know that it curves out a little bit weird at first, but it's okay. So then you may be observing something along the lines of this here. And then this, let me put this on let me put this here on a different color so that you can understand where I'm at, right? Over this color, which would be the that teal blue, this would be your death cross play, not here. So you're waiting for it's not you know, on a shorter time frame, you don't want to trade the first break because it doesn't meet the rules, right? You want to get the adjustment of the moving averages to cross over on their natural path. This would be the break and a continuation. So until then, the SPY may actually consolidate around this bubble tomorrow, right? So as soon as we start getting that cross, then price action will start to break down and validate by testing both of them on the way down. You understand what I mean? So this is kind of what I'm observing here for tomorrow on the SPY. So this would be, you know what, I'm going to leave it here just in case. I could be dead ass wrong. Who knows, right? But we're just plotting out the potentials for tomorrow. All right, so we'll see. Of course, this is going to take a lot longer, though. This is really sped up. Yeah, it is. So this, what you're doing here is you're going to end up doing this zigzag. They're gonna. How do you do it? You know how girls make their hair? It's what is it called again? French. This is a braid. This is the braid. So in all honesty, the 50 may come in first, or the 200, whatever. Remember, I'm telling you that this is a huge delay, right? So it may be something like that, right? But you're waiting for the crossover between both of them, and then they're going to start to intertwine each other, and then you're going to just fall forever. We've seen things like this happen all the time. These braids, they happen, you know, like these things here. This over here, right? So we're just waiting for the confirmations of this, of the play to actually happen. You're braiding all over this here, right? And you can literally see that we're on a downside trend, regardless of which one's on top of each other. Oh, Danielle. Oh, thank you. But yeah, it's just you gotta use your imagination here to see how this play can actually happen, right? You gotta imagine it. You gotta imagine it playing out, and then you'll be able to be guided by the potentials here. But yeah, oftentimes, guys, don't rely on your first crossover, right? In fact, if you're observing the potential of a death cross, you probably want to short the break, right? You want to short that break, validation of the SMA 50, take that down to the SMA 200 because they are tied together, right? The SMA 200, SMA 50, psychologically speaking, they're together. Yeah, Candace, I heard about that. Yeah, no, actually, Cryptic Trader was the one that brought it up to me. About Lou versus Wall Street. He was the one that brought it up to me, and he said, "Dude, did you hear about Lou?" And I'm like, "What?" Or if I'm mistaken, but he actually he verified it for me too, and I'm like, "Dude, no way." I mean, no one deserves to. Yeah, that sucks, man. That really does suck. And Northwest, what's up, buddy? Good to see you here. And Cryptic Trader's not in the chat right now, but dude, whenever I'm on, he's usually listening, and he's usually I'll tell you this, man. Cryptic Trader is one to always study. He's always reading the charts. He's always in the background. He's always doing his due diligence. So not here in the chat right now, but I'm sure he's in the background somewhere, kind of hanging. But it's good to see you, buddy. And Candace Morrison, I absolutely hear you on that, man. It's crazy. But yeah, team, this what I'm showing you here is just I guess I'm trying to sneak in a little bit of the strategies week. I'm sorry, the strategies lecture, the 8 to 12 week. Which, by the way, I'm sorry, I know that I already got all the confirmations from all of you so far. So I will be sending out the packets, and it's good that you're catching your seat early, right? Because I'm not going to have the space for everyone in there. I just wanted to give the master students the heads up first, but thank you guys. And Northwest, bro, tell him I'm sorry, dude. I appreciate you. I appreciate that, man. But I mean, to tell you the truth, brother, he and I spoke, and he was like, dude, of course I don't want Northwest out, dude. Please, if you can, brother, if you're still in, please come back. You're not actually timed or anything. We removed that day. I think he did, actually. But yeah. Mark Roach, thank you so much, brother. Really, really, I do have to take my daughter out pretty soon. Chad, so what I'm speaking of here is I can't continue the ArcMastersCourse as a repeating course, so because I've already done 4 tracks. But what I am doing is putting together an 8 to 12 week lecture week, right? So this is going to be an entire program built around strategies, and I'm asking the students to reach out to me, and whomever else, right, to ArcMastersCourse at Gmail, so that we can get the seats all taken, right? So there's a few people already waiting for the master badges to come in and the access into the Arc University. So. But yeah, right. So just if you are going to sign up for this, just send me an email, and I'll send you all the disclaimer, the syllabus, and all that whole thing. But yeah, Northwest, please, dude, try to come by and visit as soon as you can, brother. We're a team. We got to stick together. Let's see what ticker would do. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. I really do have to get to my daughter. I have to take her out on the drive, right? So I try to do this a little bit earlier so that we can end a little bit earlier, and I'm already 20 minutes beyond, right? So my deepest apologies to you if I didn't get to your ticker, but you now know what the SPY could potentially do tomorrow. I'm seeing weakness, right? We could have a little bit of an upside here and there. Know that the bull trap zone that I'm observing here for the SPY is within 524.53 to 528.45, maybe a little bit above this, but this area here is very, 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 very scary. It could be a zone where we could get our asses handed to, right? So just know that that's a very risky zone to be in, okay? So please consider coming on by whenever you can. And join the Arc Masters. The Arc Bulls trading team, the ABT team, right? And I'll go ahead and post that link one more time for those of you in the chat in YouTube. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. If any questions, you know where to reach out to me. But with that said, I love you all. Thank you for all your support, and we shall chat soon enough. Let me just go ahead and come back here to the chat in the Discord. All right. You got it, Mark Roach. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you, Candace. Love you guys. But I shall peace. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. I need you to do your own due diligence, and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well. Very, 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 very good rest of your night, and I'll catch you at the Bell Mañana. Adios, team.